James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore them or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guests will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guest will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego.
Yeah! Dr. James J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. Yeah!
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and wow, we got another absolutely fantastic show coming your way today. All right, we got an issue probably worldwide that a lot of people got to get a handle of. I mean, and that's making sure that they keep the weight balance and all other type of things. We got a superstar on the show that's going to educate us and enlighten us on a lot of these types of things and what his recommendation that we should be doing. How you doing with Dr. Michelle Cooley? How you doing?
I'm doing great, James. How are you?
I am doing just fine. I'm excited about this guest that we have on today.
Oh, yeah. I was talking to him before the show went live, and he's very, he's got a lot of information that he wants to share with the guests. Even his experience, but, just to dispel certain myths about, certain weight loss drugs that people may consider or they are taking. And of course, everyone's situation is different, but we're going to hear more about this topic. And I will say it once you tell how we can watch the show, how the audience can watch the show.
I tell you what, whichever platform that you're watching us on, whether you're watching us on E360 television, Transfer Television, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Rumble, and over 84 other live platforms. Welcome to the show. If you want to be part of the conversation, whichever platform you're watching us on, all you have to do is just go to the comments. Ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. Michelle, can you do the honors of introducing the topic of today's show, the purpose, and introduce this absolutely fantastic guest?
Yes, the title of today's show is Beyond the Ozempic Hype, What You're Missing About Weight Loss. And we're having a conversation with Dr. Amit Kumar. He's a health-focused dentist and the founder of Smile More Today, Sleep Institute, and EmbraceHealth.ai. He's going to discuss the metabolic crisis and broken models, precision tools for the modern patient, technology that personalizes weight loss, whole body systems and nutrition, outcomes, access, and the future. As the founder of Smile More Today, Sleep Institute, and EmbraceHealth.ai, Dr. Kumar is redefining the connection between oral health, sleep, and metabolic wellness. His mission is personal. After being diagnosed with sleep apnea and type 2 diabetes, Dr. Kumar experienced a dramatic health transformation through oral sleep appliances, optimized breathing, and full body metabolic support. Today, he helps others achieve better energy, emotional balance, and long-term wellness using practical science-based tools that are accessible and easy to integrate into daily life. Welcome to the show, Dr. Amit Kumar.
Thank you so much. Thank you. What a fantastic introduction. I appreciate it. Is there an echo?
How you doing, Doc? How you
Good.
doing?
How are you?
Man, I'm doing just fine. A couple of things that Michelle brought up: sleep apnea, type 2 diabetes. I kind of fell into both of those categories.
I feel for you.
And the change of life, doing certain things have kind of pulled me out of most of that. So can you tell our audience a little bit more about you, where you grew up, what makes you click, why you're so passionate about what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm based in Chicago. My father was a physician, now retired. He was a board certified urologist. So healthcare has always been in my DNA. I decided to become a dentist simply because it satisfied my needs to provide care directly to patients, my desire to help them aesthetically, and over time, just became aware of the medical dental connection. In my office, we screen patients routinely for medical conditions that we see first in the mouth sometimes, which are often overlooked by many other dental practitioners. We screen for snoring and sleep apnea, migraine headaches and tension headaches. Of course, during an exam, we screen for oral cancer. We are probably one of the first to notice gastric reflux signs in the oral cavity. So that's what ultimately led me to go into dentistry as opposed to medicine. And ultimately, it was some unfortunate personal experiences, health experiences, that led me to create EmbraceHealth.ai.
Dr. Kumar, please tell the audience all about EmbraceHealth.ai.
Yeah, I mean, EmbraceHealth.ai was really born out of my own personal needs, frankly. Just to be very transparent, I was diagnosed with being diabetic type 2 about 16 years ago. Ever since I was little, my friends used to make fun of me during sleepovers that I would snore. Throughout college, my college roommate was telling me I would snore, and no one ever told me about sleep apnea. So Embrace Health was born out of, as I mentioned, some unfortunate health episodes that I had. I had a couple of new providers that I was seeing decide to experiment with my medications. They put me on some peptides, and within 3 weeks, I ended up in the emergency room. And what happened then is I was then immediately put on insulin. I was put on Ozempic and continuous glucose monitoring system. So having to go back and forth to the labs and get the diagnostics done on a quarterly basis was very time consuming and expensive. Some of these medications, the brand name versions, are over $1,000 a month. So Embrace was born out of my frustration with the current tools that were available to me at the time. So what I decided to do, if I was frustrated, then there must be a lot of other people out there frustrated and misinformed. So that was the genesis of EmbraceHealth.ai. It was to empower our customers with a doctor-led platform that provides monitoring tools inexpensively over the current options that were available in the market.
I don't know a lot, and maybe a lot of the audience may not be, knowledgeable. They've heard of weight loss drugs. They've heard of Ozempic, and not to specify any particular ones, but what are the current myths about taking these weight loss drugs? We discussed before the show went live that a lot of people assume that people who are taking these weight loss drugs are severely obese, but that's not the case. Am I correct?
No, absolutely not the case. In fact, anyone that has seen me can verify that I'm not clinically obese by any means. These medications, often classified as GLP-1s, were initially designed for the diabetic population. And how they work, basically, it's a natural hormone that everybody has, and you supplement it with these GLP-1 medications, these injections, and it delays gastric emptying, which causes you to feel full. So hopefully it's suppressing your appetite is what the functionality is. The myth is that it's like a magic bullet. It's a weight loss medication. You're going to take it and lose weight. That's not really how it functions per se. That's not the purpose. The purpose is to help you with your insulin resistance and make you feel more full so you don't ingest more calories.
Wow. So what does it mean to approach weight loss as a metabolic reset? And how is that really different from the traditional focus on calorie restriction?
Yeah, I mean, everyone knows that your doctor or nutritionist or, physical therapist are going to tell you to reduce calorie intake and exercise more. That's kind of the traditional approach to losing weight. The problem with that is your body can't be solved with a simple math equation. Your whole body is basically a metabolic system. And so what we want to do is we want to look at the underlying root cause of the problem and not just address the symptoms, which is common. I mean, people want a quick fix and they want to lose 10, 15, 20 pounds by taking a magic pill. The problem with it is if you're not addressing or at least identifying the underlying root cause, then you're going to those with that weight loss or those results that you achieve are going to be short lasting. So I created EmbraceHealth.ai to provide a full gamut of at-home lab test kits, DNA testing, and tools to monitor your weight loss journey that are very cost effective. There are tools available, DEXA scans, that cost hundreds of dollars per scan. But what if I could empower someone with their smartphone to take a 3D scan of their own body for a couple of bucks? I think you would have more people willing to go down the path of understanding what the root cause is to improve their health.
Extremely interesting with that, and I think that would improve that. I tell you what, Doctor, we're going to take a station break. We're going to come back. We're going to pick it up, and I tell you what, whichever platform that you're watching this on, you want to be part of this conversation. All you have to do is just go to the comments section. The question that you might have, I promise you, we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Your life. Dr. James JC Cooley.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? And everything that you do.
Welcome to Viridian Christian University, where faith and learning come together to transform lives. At VCU, we believe that education is more than just academics. It's about fostering a community of growth, integrity, and purpose. Whether you're pursuing a bachelor's, master's, or doctorate, VCU offers flexible, affordable, and 100% online degree programs that cater to your busy life. Our innovative platform provides a personalized learning experience, empowering you to thrive in today's ever-evolving world. Join a global community of learners guided by an experienced faculty who are committed to your success. With VCU, you're not just earning a degree, you're preparing for a future that integrates faith, leadership, and service. Viridian Christian University, educating with purpose, transforming lives. Learn more at ViridianChristianUniversity.com. ViridianChristianUniversity.com.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
The James Cooley Show. It's your life. That's right.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's Your Life. Now we're having a discussion with Dr. Amit Kumar, and I tell you, a dentist, but knows a whole lot about everything: sleep apnea, weight loss, all of these types of things. And I tell you, many of us have these problems that we don't understand, and we want to do the most simple thing because somebody has told us that that's how it works. That's how we get it done. Sometimes we had to do our research. We had to talk to great doctors like what we got here today about this. You know, so Doc, you had mentioned something at the beginning of the show about GLP-1 drugs. Can you explain that to our listeners and our viewers exactly what that is?
Yeah, GLP-1 is a natural hormone that our body makes, and medications like Ozempic kind of fall under that classification, and they work by slowing down your digestive system, which reduces your appetite and improves insulin control. That's why these medications were first FDA approved for the diabetic population. They don't help you burn calories, but they reset how your body handles your hunger and blood sugar.
So I assume there are a lot of drugs out there that are like that, and that was designed for certain things, and now people are doing other things with them, not knowing the side effects, not knowing if that can cause problems and issues in other areas. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll just use myself as an example. I was put on Ozempic, frankly, after that episode that I mentioned to you earlier. And for me, I had some adverse reactions to it. Probably the dosage was too high for me. I'm not obese by any means, but I did have high blood sugar. My whole face became very emaciated. I had lost too much weight, a tremendous amount of weight, to the point where I didn't feel healthy. I would feel nauseous all the time. Even, if I went to my parents' house and my mom made my favorite meal, I wouldn't be able to eat it just because just the smell of it would cause me to feel nauseous. At night, I would have gastric reflux because by delaying your gastric emptying, I would have reflux events while I was sleeping. So that's, detrimental to your oral health as well as, your throat. So my experience in that case was not great, although there's definitely a role for it. There are some studies done that Ozempic, does cause you to lose weight for the reasons that we just outlined. However, potentially 2/3 of the weight loss is come from muscle loss, and 1/3 has come from actual fat loss. So there are other products out there, generic names, say tirzepatide, which are also a GLP-1 medication, which supposedly don't cause too much muscle loss.
Yeah, so you see on television all the time, Ozempic, Wegovy, and other competing drugs. And the only thing that they talk about is weight loss, right? But for what you had said, initially it was for diabetics or this. And did the FDA approve all of these different areas for the drug that it was initially approved for?
They're finding some remarkable usages for GLP-1s, frankly, and from heart health to, of course, diabetes, weight loss. In America, being a first world country, 40% of the population is overweight or obese. 40 million Americans are diabetic. 47 million people have hypertension. Many times a combination of all the above. So the fact is, these GLP-1 medications have become mainstream mostly because people are concerned about cosmetically how they look, right? So that's really what's driving usage. And a lot of these pharmaceutical companies have patents on the medication. So what's happened over the last 2 years or so is a lot of the compounding pharmacies have stepped in to cover the shortfall or the shortages that some of these big pharma companies were experiencing. Of late, that shortfall has been identified, has been eliminated. So a lot of the big pharma companies have taken action against some of the upcoming telehealth companies, preventing them from trying to sell compounded versions of their medications.
These drugs, I don't know, do insurance cover most of these drugs? Because I assume that they are expensive.
They're very expensive. I'll be very transparent with you. When I was put on them, and I have a high deductible insurance plan, a good plan, but it's still high deductible. It was costing me over $1,200 a month just for the injection. Now, if you've got a family of 4 on these, you can imagine how expensive it can be. That's for the branded version. A lot of the coverage is contingent upon the insurance plans that your potential employer has in place. I was told recently by someone who's in the health insurance space that's employer focused, that a lot of the employers have experienced healthcare spend rise from 29% to 39% of their budget. And so what's happened now is a lot of the employers are stopping coverage for these GLP-1 medications. And frankly, a lot of the consumers that are taking advantage of these GLP-1 medications, might want to lose a couple pounds, but they're not diabetic or clinically obese. So there's probably some people that are gaming the system to gain access to these expensive medications. At $1,200 a month, I started looking for other options for myself. So that's, again, one part of the genesis of EmbraceHealth.ai was to find a cheaper solution for myself, something that's more cost effective and much more easily accessible.
Even as a doctor,
honestly,
it's insane.
And that doesn't even count your health insurance premiums. My health insurance premium went up 50%. And I don't know how people, that have multiple family members that are in need of these medications. I don't know how they get past the healthcare, in my opinion, crisis here. it's financially not feasible for most families, in my opinion.
Yeah, and how did you wean yourself off of those medicines? Look great, what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, thank you.
How did you wean yourself off those and come up with alternative solutions that help you get back to the person that you are today? Back in shape, back and probably A1C, getting your A1C down. What are some of your tips?
So it's interesting. I decided to wean myself off of the GLP-1s just because of the nausea I was experiencing. I didn't like the side effects, so I titrated down, meaning my dosage. I still maintained a dosage, but I went down to a level where it's considered more of a microdose. And then I wanted to see how that would affect my A1C, and it certainly helped. But then I supplemented with a couple of other medications that are less expensive. So that's what I did on that front. And then I started taking my own at-home lab test kits and monitoring everything from my blood sugars to my testosterone levels, and implemented a more rigorous meal planning strategy. And I've always been exercising, 3 to 4 times a week, but started incorporating more cardio into my routine. So, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. And that's really why I think it's important to gather all the information. I firmly believe if you can't measure it, you can't manage it. I mean, that's pretty much the bottom line. If I didn't know what my A1C was before, how am I going to know if it's improved or not? So what I tell my patients in the office is, let's take a staged approach to getting a predictable outcome. And, precision medicine is based on an individual. So it can't be a one-size-fits-all solution. You taking or me taking a DNA test is unique to me. My DNA is not going to change year after year, which is why I decided to offer it to those customers on our platform. It makes sense to create a unique plan for a unique individual using their unique biomarkers and their unique DNA to come up with a care plan that makes sense for that particular individual.
Wow. I wish most doctors thought like you did. I think because you have to come up with a personalized plan that's going to work once you do not fit all. In many cases. But many physicians want to just use that once you fit all.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. A couple of weeks ago, I was invited by the past president of the Illinois Obesity Society to come to one of their conferences. And it was really eye-opening. I mean, you had 150 or 200 physicians there all sharing best practices on what they're doing for their patients. And, frankly, what came out of it is it's not always the most expensive medicine that's most effective. It sometimes is the cheapest combination of 2 or 3 things that lead to the greatest transformations. And so if I could use EmbraceHealth.ai as a platform to promote care that's unique to each individual and personalize it and drive the cost down, I think everyone wins,
And that's what it's all about, everyone winning. I tell you what, Dr. Matt, we're going to take a station break, but I'm loving this discussion. I know that viewers out there loving it as well. When we come back, I tell you what, viewers out there, whichever platform that you're watching us on, if you want to ask this great doctor any question that you have, you might as well do it because it's your life. It's your life. It's your life. And that's what we're trying to do, bring information to you to help ensure that you have a better life. We'll be back shortly after the station break.
Doctor James JC Cooley the James Cooley Show. It's your life.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Cooley. Heart disease research saves lives. It's that simple. Thanks to medical advancements funded by the American Heart Association, more women are surviving heart attacks, strokes, and other cardiovascular diseases than ever before. But there's still so much work to do.
Hi, I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and I'm raising funds to support life-saving research because every heartbeat is worth fighting for. In honor of Women's History Month, please join me in support of the American Heart Association and women's health.
A Black Man's Point of View is the newest Amazon.com #1 release and bestseller book from author Dr. James J.C. Cooley, featuring the perspective from 11 other contributing authors. In A Black Man's Point of View, Dr. James Cooley unpacks his thoughts and personal experiences about the challenges, stereotypes, and feelings of self-worth that many black men face today due to a 400-year ancestry rooted in slavery and colonization. Yet, how so many black men move forward despite this history. Most importantly, A Black Man's Point of View conveys that all men, regardless of race, creed, or color, are capable of love, respect, and dignity. Described as a map to a greater life from the heart of a man who's experienced life's misfortune and harsh conditions, James shows us how beliefs, convictions, and a healthy mentality can help propel a life worth living. A must-read for all. Order your copy of A Black Man's Point of View by author Dr. James J.C. Cooley today from Amazon.com or wherever books are sold.
The future is here.
Now is the time to pursue the greatness in you. Welcome to Viridian Christian University, where faith meets future. We are a fully accredited, 100% online Christian university. We offer bachelor's degree, master's and doctorate degree programs, built for students like you. Affordable tuitions, 30+ degree programs, 100% online and flexible. Integrating faith with learning. Study from anywhere at your pace. At VCU, we do not just prepare you for a degree. We prepare you for purpose. Discover who you are, grow in faith, and build a future that impacts the world.
Are you ready to start your journey today?
Visit www.viridianchristianuniversity.com.
Apply today and be among the global leaders.
The James Cooley Show. It's your life. That's right.
Welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I got one of the greatest doctors, I think, a dentist who also knows medicine altogether because he's doing great things. And that would be Dr. Amit. And we're talking about a whole lot of things here. Primarily, he talked about the GLP-1s and as it relate to weight loss, as it relate to other things that medicine is created to do. And I think it's a must that people that are out there that's utilizing this, you get an understanding of some of the things that the medicines that we use, some of them have side effects. And we need to get an understanding of what those are. And so with that being said, Dr. Mitt, you mentioned a layer approach as it relates to the medicines. Can you talk about why is this layer approach necessary?
Yeah, I mean, a phased approach, I think, allows you to track what's working and what's not working. If you just shotgun it and try to implement all sorts of different things at once, you don't know. So a layered approach, in my opinion, as it relates to weight loss, is to first, find out where you're at today in terms of your blood work, body mapping, because when you start your journey, you want to see improvements in the right areas. For example, if I step on the scale is going to tell me that I am roughly 4 pounds above my ideal weight. 4 to 5 pounds above my ideal weight, which, might make me feel like it's achievable for me to lose the 4 or 5 pounds within a month's time. But my reality is today, and I did take my weight measurement this morning, is that my body mass index is completely off. And that weight scale is not going to show me that. My body fat percentage is completely off. I might weigh roughly where I want to weigh, but I don't feel right. And so a phased approach would be to get your body mass index done and to start from there. And using our 3D body mapping technology, you can do that for a couple of bucks. And then determine where you're losing the weight from, which the scale is not going to tell you. If you're losing weight, you don't know if it's water weight, muscle mass, subcutaneous fat, or visceral fat. And visceral fat being the most deadliest of the fat tissue. Visceral fat is defined as the fat that's grows in between your vital organs, and that's a root cause of many different chronic disease states. So a phased approach allows you to better monitor your progress. And as I mentioned before, if you can't measure it, you can't manage it. So getting your baseline today is ideal.
Where were people, the listeners right now? They're saying, okay, where will I go get a phase approach? Do I go to the doctor? Do I go to, how would I understand what I need to do to understand my ideal weight, understand my ideal body mass, understand things, the good weight and the bad weight and what for losing? How would you explain that to them?
I think everybody needs a local primary care physician, first of all. I don't want to indicate or suggest to anyone that everything can be done via telehealth or telemedicine. So I think it's important to have a local resource. I think it's important to have all your lab work done. And so, which is why I offer it on my website. You can have these kits available, sent to your home. You can discreetly take them and send it back. In less than 7 to 10 days, you can get the results back. You can offer those to your physician to review and come up with a master plan. And if part of that plan is to go on the GLP-1s, then you have a cost-effective solution to do so. The body mapping technology will help you understand where you want to lose the weight from, whether it's visceral fat or if it's fat around your midsection or your thighs, your arms. That'll provide you a visual 3D avatar of your body that you can take month after month for 12 months to actually visually see the fat loss occurring, hopefully, since that's the goal. So that's where I would start personally. Take the DNA test. It's not vital, but it does provide some information. For instance, why is it that you are not feeling full? Maybe your brain doesn't allow you to feel full after a meal. Maybe your gut doesn't feel satiated in between meals. Maybe you're eating just to relieve stress or because of an emotional state that you're experiencing, or maybe you just have slow metabolism. You're not going to know these things, and your doctor's not going to know these things unless you take that DNA test. And that's kind of a type of thing.
Let's talk about your platform, how you go about helping folks understanding all of these things that we're talking about. What does your platform, your programs do, and how can people become part of your programs?
Yeah, so our program, our website is ever evolving. And it's, as I said before, it's based on my own personal needs and what I feel I would want as a patient to experience. So it's ever evolving, and we'll continue to add more to it as time goes by. But right now we have a gamut of services. We're, on the pharmaceutical side, we offer GLP-1 options. For men's health, we offer options for, topics that are often considered, a little sensitive. We offer sexual dysfunction solutions. We offer low testosterone solutions. And for other sensitive topics such as hair loss, we offer a couple of hair loss solutions. The goal for me is to continue to evolve and address concerns that I have as a patient, that my loved ones have, and that my closest friends have. I've been asked by a group of female friends if I could offer something for perimenopause and menopause, which, frankly, I didn't think about because I'm a man, but made perfect sense to me. So we're going to be looking at adding more things on the pharmaceutical side. But we're going to do it, I guess, in an approach where we're just not shotgunning a solution for, hormone replacement therapy. I want to be pretty dialed in and making sure it's, unique to the individual. We offer the at-home lab test kits conveniently delivered to your home. We offer the 3D body mapping technology. For a couple of dollars, you can take a scan of yourself using your own phone, and then you can track your progress that way. We offer clinically evident meal planning that are, meal plans that are created by registered dietitians and basically customized based on the customer's chronic diseases that they're suffering from. Someone who's pregnant might have different dietary needs than someone who's not pregnant. Someone that has a host of medical conditions, might have a different meal plan suggestion than someone that does not. So all that is built into our platform and is offered very cost effectively. And the reason so is because I wish those tools were available to me when I was first diagnosed.
So can you tell our audience what platform is this? How can they reach out? How can they get these things? How can they get help?
Yeah, they can simply go to EmbraceHealth.ai. That's the website. Our app is actually being vetted by Apple right now. So we're waiting for their approval, which should be next week. They'd already approved us, but we added some more features to it. So they're reapproving us. And simply register on the site if they want to, place an order for some pharmaceuticals. It's no different than coming to my office or your physician's office. A new patient that comes to my office has to fill out their health history form. They may know what they want in their mind, but they have to be screened first, right? So they fill out their health history form. They upload their government ID, their driver's license, say. If they want something where we require lab work, they can upload their lab work. And so they actually then have a telemedicine consultation. Some states require a kind of a virtual face-to-face consultation like we're having right now. Other states just require a asynchronous questionnaire to be filled out to be reviewed by the doctor. If the doctor has any questions, comments, or concerns, they'll reach back out to you or they'll talk to you about it during your virtual visit. And then if the medication you're requesting is approved, it'll be sent to our pharmacies for fulfillment. And you'll get it delivered to
Dr. So if you could put that in a private chat where I can post it where people could, they can go to your website and go do all that stuff. We're about to take a station break. If you can put it in a private chat, I will post it where everybody can see it. And so I tell you what, we're going to take a station break. This is very, very great information. And I tell you what, if you got some questions, you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do, just go to the comments, ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Dr. James, JC, Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. It's the James Cooley Show.
At Viridian Christian University, we believe education is more than just a degree. It's a pathway to a purpose-driven life. Whether you're advancing your career, pursuing a passion, or building a new future, VCU's 100% online programs give you the flexibility to learn on your terms, anywhere, anytime. With expert faculty, personalized mentorship, and a faith-centered approach, you'll gain the skills, knowledge, and leadership you need to make a lasting impact. VCU offers bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degrees, each designed to empower you for success in today's fast-changing world. Join a global community of believers, learners, and leaders. Ready to start your journey? Viridian Christian University, transforming lives, empowering futures. Visit us at ViridianChristianUniversity.com. That's ViridianChristianUniversity.com.
Welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I'm thoroughly enjoying this discussion. I don't call it an interview. It's a discussion with Dr. Amit. And a lot of the things that he's doing out there, help educating, help training, and the products that he is offering, I'm going to post shortly where you can get these products. And he's going to talk about that a little bit more. But first of all, before we get back into that, I want to talk to you a little bit about just college, Viridian Christian University. Viridian Christian University. Many people are like, what is that? And they're like, well, you're talking about that because you're the chancellor. I'm not talking about that just because I'm the chancellor. I'm talking about that because the programs that we offer over 46 different degree programs, bachelor's, master's, doctorate, and if you're doing above and honorary doctorate degrees, and we are fully accredited, and we cost one-fifth the price of a regular college, and everything can be done online. If you are looking to further your education, if you're looking to further your education with an accredited college, ViridianChristianUniversity.com. ViridianChristianUniversity.com. That's where you want to go. And if you go there, you see things you like, just say, hey, the chancellor sent me here. So, but I want to get back to the topic that we're talking about because we talked about peptides. We talked about Ozempic. We talked about weight loss medicine. We talked about all of these things. Because this great doctor has been a part of these things. I'm talking about as a patient that had to learn the hard way, and had discovered some things. So I wanted to pick it back up with that, Doc.
Sure. Well, I think that if you take a whole body approach to your care, it's much more advantageous than just addressing one small part of, what you want to fix about yourself. Chronic inflammation and insulin resistance, play a long-term, role in your overall health. Chronic inflammation blocks fat loss, and insulin resistance locks in fat in your tissues that stores in your tissues. So, you want to be able to take a look through simple blood tests, what your fasting insulin, glucose, inflammation looks like, and we provide those kits on our website at very reasonable prices. And once you get to see what those results are, then it makes sense to start intervening with a diet plan, a medication plan, lifestyle adjustments, and then supplement that with monitoring tools such as the 3D body mapping technology, which is more cost effective than a lot of the other solutions out there. Weight loss is not just about discipline, it's about a diagnosis. And if you take a whole body approach to your weight loss initiatives, then it kind of starts to make some sense. Some things that are oftentimes not discussed at all when it comes to weight loss is your sleep habits. And so in my office, we screen everybody for snoring and sleep apnea. And this is kind of interesting. I just learned about this recently. When you experience weight gain and you ask somebody where they experience it first, they might say their belly, their midsection, or their thighs. The first place you start gaining weight is in your visceral fat. And one of the telltale signs of visceral fat weight gain or enlargement is actually in the back of your tongue. So if you take a look at your tongue and you break it up into 3 components, the tip of your tongue, obviously everyone knows what that looks like. It's very active. Mm-hmm. The bottom of your tongue is a muscle, and the back of your tongue is a fatty tissue. So I oftentimes have couples come into the office with one bed partner complaining about the other bed partner starting to snore. And so, and that can be very disruptive to a relationship. Then I start going down the path in the mouth, oral exam, and prescribing a home sleep study, which you can take in the comfort of your own home. It's very non-invasive. We prescribe a disposable, what looks like a wristwatch almost, with a little device, a little component that sticks on your finger, and a patch on your chest. And within one night, we can download all your sleep habits and provide a diagnosis through a sleep physician. And from there, we can figure out what the appropriate options are, whether it's lifestyle changes, mm-hmm. or something else. So this is often overlooked when talking about weight gain.
Dr. Kumar, we got about a minute or 2 left for the show. Yeah. What is next on the horizon for EmbraceHealth.ai?
So I'm really excited about a lot of different things. I mean, obviously AI, I think will benefit the population at large in many different ways. I'm excited about incorporating more longevity and chronic disease management initiatives within the platform to increase patient engagement. And I envision sometime in the future, everyone being assigned their own personal AI nurse, where they're dialed in and knowing exactly, where your biomarkers are, what foods are good for you, kind of like having a nurse in on your phone. That's going to cost you an arm and a leg. So I think AI is going to play a role in helping everyone manage their health better. So I'm excited about looking into those tools and incorporating them to the site.
Wow. Just been a very interesting discussion. Hopefully we'll get you back again.
Absolutely.
But we're out of time right now. I want to thank you for taking the time to.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'd like to thank Dr. Michelle Cooley for always putting together an absolutely great show. And most importantly, I'd like to thank our viewers and our listeners for tuning in to the James Cooley Show Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Always, always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. You might be the next world changer. Dream big, think big, and be big. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. It's your life, and we'll see you then.
Dr. James JC Cooley.